Hello, I'm Theo Gilbert-Jamison with Performance Solutions by Design, and in this series we're focusing on fostering an environment of empowerment and its impact in elevating the customer experience. So let's kick off our discussion by asking, what is the true definition of empowerment? Well, for clarification, let's start by describing what empowerment is versus what it is not. Ultimately, employee empowerment is the key that unlocks the door to customer loyalty. It is simply defined as letting go and giving employees the freedom to do their job the best way they can after they have been properly trained. And in creating an environment of empowerment, we can't be afraid to allow employees to make decisions to resolve customer complaints or wow and delight a customer without a manager's involvement or consent. Empowerment, in the end, is a process or a journey towards excellence, and it is built on trust. On the other hand, empowerment is not manipulation or abandoning staff to do a job the best way they can without proper guidance and direction from their leader. It is not about dumping an unreasonable amount of work on others. And ultimately, empowerment is not something that can be given away. It must be earned. So in closing, there you have it, what empowerment is and is not. And in our next video segment, we'll discuss the importance of awareness in identifying problems, issues, and defects within our department and its role in fostering an environment of empowerment. Now that we've defined what empowerment is and what it is not, the next step is to create an awareness of the types of problematic issues that are currently occurring within our department. Why, you might ask? Because these may be the things that often result in system-wide breakdowns, mistakes, and rework, which of course lead to high levels of customer frustration and dissatisfaction. You see, to be empowered to properly eliminate a problem or issue forever, we must first be aware of what it is and pinpoint exactly what types of issues or problems are systemic within our department. So the question is, what do you consider the top 2 to 3 issues within your department that often lead to customer frustration and stress? Well, typically it's things like excessive or long wait times for service, slow or dysfunctional problem resolution, consistently late deliveries, disengaged employees, or maybe even defective equipment. And the second question is, what can we all do as a team to prevent or resolve these types of issues? Or in other words, what do we need to feel more empowered to resolve them? Well, again, it starts with being mindful of internal problems and issues, then having a willingness to collaborate within the team on ways to resolve them. So in closing, remember, we are all empowered to address and resolve issues, especially when our customers have concerns or special requests. For me, creating an environment of empowerment means every employee is given the right or authority to wow and delight a customer, as well as properly resolve problematic issues. While it's always our desire to do things right every time, we're not perfect, nor is perfection always expected. What is expected is that if a problem arises, we're empowered to quickly and effectively resolve it. And to do so, first, we must listen genuinely to understand the issue from the customer's perspective, never interrupt. Second, sincerely apologize and ask how we can resolve the problem, keeping in mind that 90% of customers just want a compassionate listener and the problem fixed immediately. Third, we must be empowered to provide options for resolving the issue, and should the customer suggest an alternative solution that's out of our scope of empowerment, we should respond with reasonable options, advising them concerning what we can do, then handling the issue with the utmost sense of urgency. And finally, fourth, follow up with the customer in a timely manner to provide an update on how the issue was resolved, and again, apologize. then making sure the issue is well documented so fellow team members are aware of circumstances concerning the issue and how it was resolved. In this series, we're focusing on fostering an environment of empowerment and its impact in elevating the customer experience. So let's talk for a moment about how important it is to also be empowered to surprise and delight our customers. When we discuss the concept of empowerment, it's not only about creating an environment where employees feel confident in resolving problematic situations without involving a manager, but it also includes things that we can do to wow our customers. So the question is, what are things that you are empowered to do to wow a customer and to create a higher level of customer loyalty and delight? Well, if your team regularly shares wow stories and complimentary customer letters, these demonstrate exceptional examples of how fellow employees use empowerment to take care of the expressed as well as unexpressed wishes and needs of our customers. Some of us often have an opportunity to get to know our customers even better by observing their likes and dislikes. And in doing so, we learn new things about them that can be used to provide a higher level of personalized service and to create memorable experiences daily. So remember, we are all empowered to use that information and to share it within our team if it will help wow the customer and delight them. Think about it, even something as simple as getting to know a customer's name, their preferred name, and using it means so much. Throughout this series, we've been sharing ways to foster an environment of empowerment within our departments and team, and how this contributes to driving world-class service. So here's an important question that I'd like you to consider. Why do you come to work? And how does it contribute to elevating the customer experience? Well, the basic answer is that many of us come to work to provide for our families or to fulfill our career aspirations. But I also hope that you find value, meaning, and purpose in your work. You see, each of us has purpose or a purpose in our work. And if for some reason you're a little unclear about your purpose, let me clarify that it might be as simple as creating positively memorable experiences for our customers every single day. And to ensure we consistently provide those memorable experiences, it's everyone's responsibility to make recommendations on ways to improve processes within the work environment that will help the company move forward. Most likely you were selected as an employee because you had talent and because you were the best of the very best. Therefore, you have a keen responsibility to share your talent. And it is our collective talent as a team that will enable an organization to attain its vision and mission. Most of all, you are in a perfect position to recommend changes that will enhance the work environment. And in doing so, you will be perceived as not only a subject matter expert in your job, but also a valued contributor to the success of the organization. And in closing, I'd like you to remember that it's all of our jobs or all of our responsibility to improve processes and be actively involved in improving them is a true test of employee empowerment. Throughout this series, we've been focusing on how to foster an environment of empowerment, of course within the workplace. So as a recap, here are 3 things that I'd like you to keep in mind. One, we are expected to take ownership of all special requests and concerns in an effort to satisfy our customers. This includes small acts of kindness that create customer loyalty and delight. Number 2, we are empowered to address and resolve issues when customers have concerns or special requests. If you feel confident that you can properly resolve the issue, then just do it. If not, ask a manager for additional coaching and training so that you are better prepared should that issue reoccur in the future. And 3, we are all expected to take initiative, identifying issues within our work environment that need to be improved, making recommendations to resolve them, and being actively involved in eliminating problematic issues forever. So as I close this series on empowerment, throughout the day, I'd like you to consider, what are you going to start, stop, or continue doing to foster an environment of empowerment within our department or team?